House of Math. Our host today is Nick Terrell.
Take the cap
Oh. How do you take the cap off? Oh. Nick Terrell.
Hi folks, here we are at the Madhouse of Math, where we show you everything we did in Mr. Cohn's advanced math class. Sorry, we do not show cartoons. Our topic today is, oh. Yes? Oh. It seems we have a letter. Let's see. Our topic today is factoring. 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 An interesting word. I believe it comes from factor, which means simply to find the zeros, intercepts, or roots of the equation. Now let's move over to the chalkboard. Take this equation for example. X squared minus 4x plus 4. This is an easy equation to factor because I wouldn't want to make it hard for you. X squared minus 4x plus 4. Make brackets. Put x since it's x squared. Take the multiples of 4, which are 2. Then to get this, we have to put the negative. This equation is now factored. Here is your answer. And now, our next topic is, oh darn, how come I can't remember these things? Oh, it is graphing. Of course, graphing. When you want to graph something, all you need is a graph, an equation, and presto, you can graph. Now, let's come on down to here. The equation we're going to be using today is y equals 2x plus 1. Now, this equation is fairly simple because we don't want to make it hard. Okay. To graph y equals 2x plus 1, I have to roll over here and make a chart. If x is 0, which makes that 0, 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. So y equals 1. Okay? Okay. So now, when x equals 0, y equals 1. Now let's try 2. When x equals 2, what will y equal? Well, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, so y equals 5. Now let's plot these points. This blue line right here is the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. This is the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 1, and so on. Oops. Okay. When x equals 0, x is in this middle part right here. And when y equals 1, it's right there. This dot is 0, 1. When x equals 2, 1, 2, that's right here. And y equals 5, you go here, you go up until they meet. That dot right there is 2, 5. 2 is x, 5 is y. Okay, now, if you'll let me roll back over here, get myself a straight edge. Okay, I get my straight edge, and I connect the dots, basically. That line I just drew is called y equals 2x plus 1. That is that line. Alright, way to go, bud. Okay, now we come to the quadratic formula. This formula does the same thing as factoring, only I think it's easier. And here we are again down the chalkboard. Do you remember this equation? This is the one we did last time. Now, the quadratic formula does the same thing as factoring, but it works, I think, a little easier. In it, you have to remember 3 letters. A, B, and C. A is the number that's in front of the x. Since there's no number there, it's 1. A equals 1. B is the number in front of this x, and it's -4. So B equals -4. C is the number is the constant number, or the last one, and that is 4. Yeah. Okay. Now, you got that. A equals 1, B equals -4, and C equals 4. I'll write that up here. The quadratic formula is as follows. Negative b plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. It might look complicated, but it really isn't. Okay, now negative b. b is -4. The negative of -4 is 4, positive 4. So, we change this number to 4. 4 plus or minus the square root of b squared. b is -4. b squared, -4 times -4 is 16, positive 16. So we get to change this number now to 16. Okay, now we get to this. -4 times a times c. A, we said, is 1. So -4 times 1 is still -4, so we won't do anything. C is 4. -4 times 4 is -16. (16 minus 16 is 0. So 0. 2 times a, if you remember, a is 1, so 2 times 1 is 2. So we'll just leave that there. 4 plus and minus the square root of 0, all divided by 2. 0 divided by 2 is still 0. 4 divided by 2 changes. It is now 2. 2 plus or minus the square root of 0. What's the square root of 0? Square root of 0 is 0. So 2 plus and minus 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. And 2 minus 0 is -2. Oh, it's positive 2. Excuse me. And now
What's wrong, Mr. Rawlings?
I just woke up. It's the middle of the night, and I haven't taken my shower, or flossed, or brushed my teeth yet. I don't want to.
Well, I have the perfect solution for you that won't take any time at all. It's the easy, handy-dandy, carry-all, springy, refillable, dental hygiene, self-cleaning, tooth-picking, teeth-flossing, everlasting, body-scrubbing toothbrush.
Where's
And
that
it's
noise
only
coming from?
$8.99.
$8.99? Wow, I want one. Where are you? Where's that voice coming?
You can get one at any store near you, or call 1-800-DENTIST. 1-800-DENTIST. Remember that number to call, 1-800-DENTIST.
And now we're back from our sponsor's senseless mumblings. What have we covered so far? We've covered factoring, we've covered graphing, and we've covered quadratics. Now, we need to do a little bit more graphing, I think. What we're going to graph now is circles, ellipses, or ovals, and parabolas. Okay, to graph a circle, we would have to have an equation similar to this one up here. Y squared divided by 16 plus x squared divided by 16 equals 0. The square root of y is y, and the square root of 16 is 4 and negative 4, plus n minus 4. And the same goes with x and 16. Because negative 4 times negative 4 is 16, and positive 4 times positive 4 is 16 too. Okay, so now, this equation is now down here, in simpler form. Now, if you remember, we make one of these charts to graph. And if x equals 0, 0 divided by 4 is 0. Y divided by positive and negative 4 plus 0 equals 0. So, y divided by positive and negative 4 equals 0. 0 times positive and negative 4 is 0. So 4 is our number for y, 4 and negative 4. And you do the same thing for x. Now to plot this, we take x equals 0, right here, and y equals 4, and that's up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one plot. That's one point. And we do the same for the next one. X equals 0 and y equals negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our next point. So, and now x equals 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And y equals 0. And the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And y equals 0. Now you connect those. Oops, I'm a good drawer. But that's a circle. If you plotted a whole bunch of points, you would have a circle. Now, if you were going to do an ellipse, you would do the same thing, only the equation, instead of being y squared over 16 plus x squared over 16, it would be x squared, say, over 4. And I'll show you what this one is. Okay. Y squared over 16 comes down to y over 4. And x squared over 4 comes down to x over 2. So, I'll roll over here. Make another chart. And here's our equation again. Okay, so when x is 0, y is 4 and negative 4, and when y is 0, x is 2 and negative 2. Now to plot these, when x is 0 and y is 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, same place, and the same place on the bottom. And when x is 2 and y is 0, goes right there, and negative 2 and 0, which are these 2 points, then you draw that. And there is the ellipse. Now, so far we've done ellipses and circles, and now we need to do parabolas. The equation for parabola is different. We will use this one. Looks kind of similar to one we've used before. Okay. Now to get the root, remember when we used the quadratic formula, we got the roots of this place right here. And they ended up being 2. Okay? That was positive 2. And that is right here on the x-axis. Now, to find the other points, we set up one of those charts, like this. Okay, now when x is 0, that's here, x squared is 0, and x here is also 0, so x squared is 0, 0 minus 4 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4, so y equals 4 when x is 0. And let's see now, when x is 4, 4 squared is 16, minus 4 times 4 is also 16, so that's 0, plus 4 is 4. So when x is 0 it equals 4, and when x is 4 it equals 4. So x is 0, y equals 1, 2, 3, 4. And when x is 1, 2, 3, 4, y is 1, 2, 3, 4. We've graphed a parabola. Hey Eric, come over here. I have a question for you. What does the word inverse mean?
I always thought it meant
Obviously,
the verse before the outverse.
that's pretty close. You see, what it really means is the opposite of something. Say, the opposite of black would be white, and the opposite of 2 would be -2. Like I said before, pretty close, but no cigar. But you do get the second place runner-up and get a little take-home prize of the Cool Whip hat. Yes.
Yeah, way to go, yeah, take a bow. Encore, yeah, way to go, Eric, yeah, way to go, yeah, alright, way to go, bud. Yeah, cut.
And here we are, now what's next? We are doing transforming parabolas, that's right. I would like one volunteer from our great but mentally limited crowd.
Oh, how about me, please?
You'll do fine.
Please. Oh, good.
Don't I know you?
I'm the
Cool Whip kid, yeah, I see. Well, did you ever have Transformers as a child?
I still do.
Oh, I see. No, that's better over there. Anyway, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna transform these things. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Sit down. Sit down. Okay.
Oh, what's this?
This is called a parabola. See that? Right there? It's a parabola. And this is the equation for the parabola. This is the parabola for y equals x squared. What would you do if you wanted to flip that parabola so it's going upside down?
Turn the sheet over?
Well, that's close to right, yeah. Well, but that would work. But what you need to do it mathematically.
Oh, mathematically. That's why I attended this show. I'm not very bright at that kind of thing.
Okay, we
Thank
will
you.
turn it over.
That's why.
We turned it over so we don't have to draw it again. But what if? How would I do it? Y equals x squared was the original one. So to make it into flipped, I'd have to do y equals negative x squared.
I see. Oh, that makes sense.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what if we took this original x squared parabola and we changed it, and we moved it, say,
Oh, okay, try 2 to the left.
to the left?
Okay, yeah, I want to see that.
To do that, y equals x plus 2 squared. To the left.
Whoa.
How about
He's not the host of this show for nothing.
2 to the right? What do you think you'd do?
Well, y equals x plus, I don't know. Why don't you show me?
Y equals x minus 2.
Oh,
And that
he's
is how you
brilliant.
transform parabolas. Do you feel like a wimp? Do bullies pick on you? You need to be in Xavier fighting classes, where you can learn to block, throwing objects that have been thrown at you, and dodge with the greatest of ease. You learn handy-dandy little throws like the shoulder throw, and the two-legged takedown. And
Or learn to do such crushing combos as this.
and this. All you have to do, it's called 1-800 Fighting Classes, and you get Xavier Fighting Classes. Intelligent gibberings are finally over, so we can now get back to what we're doing. What's that? What?
No time.
We're out of time? Oh. I'm sorry, folks. This is a pretty short show. But I think the best we can do now is tell you what you might have expected later on in the program. And here's what we didn't get to. We didn't get to complex or imaginary numbers. We didn't get to Jeepers jokes or Miss Professor jokes or the calculators that we worked with. We didn't get to completing the square. Let's see. In the focus point formula for parabolas. Oh, I have to tell you though, one thing we did that is really neat at the end of the year is we made a solar cooker. What a solar cooker is it's a parabola with a rod or something in the middle, and you can put food like onto that rod, and this parabola from the sun will cook it. So that was really neat. And Mr. Cohn, thank you very much for letting us be in your class for this two quarters, and my cameraman will come over here, and we put this together. We know it's kind of short, but whatever works.
Combos!
Oh. No, but anyway, we hope you like it, and thanks for a really great year. Cut.
Signing off.
See you, Mr. Cohn.
Your cameraman's taking it slow.